Hi guys, today we're going to be reading the 14th Goldfish, Chapter 5, Jellyfish. I'm always the first one up in the morning because I like to cook breakfast. My mom hates cooking and jokes that she doesn't know if I'm really her kid, but I feel comfortable in the kitchen. There's an order to it and it's fun to experiment. Lately, I've been making what I call crazy mixed-up pancakes. I use a basic pancake batter and add different ingredients. So far, I've made a s'mores version, chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker crumbles, a banana split version, bananas, chocolate bits, maraschino cherry, and a pina colada one. Pineapples coconut. This morning, I make an old standby peanut butter cup. I use peanut butter morsels and chocolate chips. I'm just playing up the cup pancakes when my grandfather walks into the kitchen. He's wearing old man pajamas and button-up cotton kind, and his hair is tied back with one of my ponytail holders. He must have found it in the bathroom. Something's wrong with the toilet, he tells me. I had to use a plunger. That happens a lot. Want some pancakes? I ask him. Thanks, he says, and takes a plate. He eats fast and then helps himself to seconds. Teenage boys really eat a lot, I guess. He's got a bad case of bedhead. Something I'm all too familiar with. My hair's the exact same way. It's frizzy and flyaway, and I've always hated it. I wonder if I got it from him. I have a good spray that works on frizzies, I tell him. He waves a spoon at me. I have more important things to worry about than hair. I need to get my T. Malvinus out of the lab. It's what helped me sort out the mechanism for reversing senescence. What's senescence? It sounds like a terrible disease. Senescence is a process of aging. I was kind of right. So what's T. Malvinus? It stands for Pteridopsis malvinus. It's a species of jellyfish. A jellyfish did this to you? Are you kidding me? He lifts an eyebrow. Why is it so hard to believe? There have always been examples of regenerative abilities in nature. There have? My grandfather leans forward, his face intent. Take the planarian flatworm. You can slice it in two, and each part will grow into a new worm. The hydra, a freshwater creature, can actually regenerate body parts, and the sea anemone doesn't appear to experience senescence at all. I have never heard about any of this before. Then there's Pteridopus nutricula. His voice is full of wonder. T. nutricula is a jellyfish that can actually revert its body to the plump stage, to its younger self. This is so interesting. He's so interesting. It's like I've never really listened to him before, and maybe I haven't. Usually when we're together, he and my mom just bicker. How do you know so much about this? I ask. Because I've been researching it for the last 40 years. It's been my side project. I've had articles published, I'm starting to think that maybe I don't know him at all. Not really. It's like he's been playing the part of grandfather in a play, but underneath the makeup is something more. A real person. A few months ago, an Australian diver in the Philippines contacted me because he read on the internet that I was researching jellyfish. He thought he found an odd specimen of T. nutricula. I asked him to ship it to me. The typical T. nutricula is small, a few millimeters, the size of the nail on your pinky finger. He holds out his pinky finger. but the Tenuticula specimen he sent me was huge, more than 300 millimeters. I always get confused with a millimeter. Too interesting, I admit. It was a foot in diameter, he explains, and there was another anomalies. I knew it was a new species. I even named it Pteropus malvinus. Shouldn't it have been named after the guy who found it? I ask. He scoffs. All he did was catch it. I identified it. I was the one who did all the work. I was the one who created the compound. I was the one who tested it on the mice. You experimented on mice? That seems way worse than flushing goldfish down the toilet. Adult mice, he says. A few days after I injected them with the compound, they reverted to an adolescent stage. They became teenagers. I tried to picture mice with pimples and long hair. Exactly, he exclaims. So I injected it in myself, and the rest is history. I was trying to get the rest of the T. malvinus specimen out of the lab when the rent-a-cop busted me. I think for a moment. Couldn't you just call up your old bosses and tell them what happened? I mean, this is kind of a big breakthrough, right? I bet they'll be pretty excited. They don't even know it's there. His gaze hardens. Besides, they'll just take all the credit. This is my discovery. Good morning, campers, my mom trills. Today she's wearing one of her standard outfits, a neon purple dress that hits her above the knees, and high black boots. My grandfather gasps when he sees her. Melissa, you can't go to work in that. What's wrong with it? My mother asks. I can see the top of your thighs. She waves off his concern and starts gathering her bags. Let's get moving or we're going to be late. Late for what? He asks. School, of course. School? He putters. I've already went to school. I have 2 PhDs in case you've forgotten. Too bad, you're going. I called Bernadette this morning. Bernadette is a middle school secretary and one of my mother's friends. What did you tell her? I ask. She tips her head at my grandfather. That Melvin here is my distant cousin's friend. His dad died and his mother's remarried a meth addict. He doesn't get along with the new stepfather, who he secretly suspects started the fire that burned down their trailer with his dad in it. So he hitchhiked up here and I took him in. That's really good, I tell her. Your dad will be pleased to hear it, she said. It's from a play he wrote in college. Hamlet in Fresno. I directed it. My grandfather interrupts us. Why can't I just stay here? I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. He sounds like every other teenager in the world. Did you forget that the police released you into my custody? I work with kids. I'm a teacher. I can't have a 13-year-old truant in my house. Someone will see and I'll lose my job. There's a beat of silence as he stares at the floor. Fine, I'll go, he mutters. Great, then she adds. By the way, you're Ellie's new babysitter. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching my video. If you don't want to miss out any of my videos, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in a new chapter. Bye.